Another rainy day here in Vietnam, and it's a mess. Yep, always raining around here. Right now it's the rain season, so all the foreigners that was down here, just everybody's running around like little roaches now. So trying to find a good hideaway spot till the rain clears. But just wanted to come at y'all with some information real quick, like the title says. When you see this, then you know the end is near. You'll know. Wait till some of you guys get on here. Until then, check my website out, WinYoungOfficial.com. QUYNHON official.com. That's the website. So that website has everything to do with if you ever want to visit Vietnam, invest in Vietnam, the vacation or whatever, that's available to you. Whoever's jumping on the chat, please acknowledge yourself. Hit me in the chats down there, say something. I'm here, I'm this, I'm that. And then we'll get started. As you jump on, please hit the thumbs up. So we already established the thumbs up assist. And I know a lot of you guys are, ladies and gents, are concerned about all of the crazy that's going on. Area 51 in the house. I know everybody's concerned about a lot of the crazy stuff that's going on everywhere. But, my talk right now is not about that stuff. It's about the real stuff, the stuff that really gonna make you or break you. Cassie Love, appreciate you. Spike's mom. Who mama in here? Priest Brooklyn, all right. Appreciate y'all. Hit the thumbs up as you come in. And then here in a hot second, we'll get started with some information for you. It's like the title say, when you see these signs, you know the end is really near. All right? Okay, so I'm gonna get started now. All right, how do you know the end is really getting nearer and nearer? It depends on which end you're talking about. It depends on what you actually perceive is going on in the first place. So, if you already have a tainted view of what you think is going on, then the end might look like it's very near. The end to life, the end to civilization, the end to, your way of life, so on and so forth. That's what your program will actually end up pulling up and energizing your environment to become like how you're energizing it. So the end I was really talking about had nothing to do with your demise. It has nothing to do with my demise. It has to do with the end, the signs of things. When you see these things, you know the end is near. So there's two contrasts. The one I just mentioned, the negative side, and then there's the positive side of things, which is the things you'll start to see near the end of your transformation. So I'm coming at you like 180 or maybe 360, the opposite of things. Your mind will always levitate towards the information that you hear. You're drawn towards either negative or positive. You get to pick which side of the tracks you parlay life through. And because of that, a lot of us are already negatively charged like a battery. You just got a negative charge. And some of it's not your fault. We're born with it. Like I say, you're a product of your programming. People want to say your teaching, your upbringing, that's your programming. So everybody gets programmed, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing. It's always a program running. So the end of the times that I used to see in my half positive, half negative mindset, those signs are these things. When you start to see your environment lining up with what you want, when things around you start lining up in real time all around you, while you're on that positive tip, while you reprogrammed your thoughts, now you know the end of that old time it's a wrap. It's almost over as long as you keep up the momentum. Because you can go back to your old ways real fast if you let your mind have its way or get a hold of its old programming again. It's gonna suck right back to what you was getting out of. Now, everything is a progressive step. So just like bodybuilding, just like memorization of items, or if you can build up a tolerance for pain and for this, that, and the other. Some people build up a tolerance for alcohol and all kinds of stuff. They can drink but never get drunk because they build up a tolerance psychologically. Or they just, over time, it builds up a tolerance. So as long as you're still growing those areas of your mind and building up tolerance for this or that, it's hard to get you sucked back to the old way. But I don't want to risk going back to the dark side, the Darth Vader side. If you want to talk about it, at least I'll be a Jedi, But I don't want to go back to the dark side of things, because on that side of the tracks, that's where my environment started, or was doing what it was wanting to do, or doing what others wanted it to do for me, or not even caring about what I want to do. It was just my environment is always conducive to what my main thoughts are and how I'm focused up here. So when you see certain signs pop up, and this is for people that's on the uptick to getting a hold of themselves, finding yourself, and trying to go further into self, so you can get out of what they created, you thought yourself was, and get to your real self. So this is for those people that are listening who really need that extra push, need that extra motivation, to use that energy to get to that next level. Because I don't care what situation you in, how you think it looks and what it really is two different things. I just want you to get that. Like, how it looks and what it really is two different things. More than likely, how it looks to us is based on previous programming we had. That's what determines what we think it is. When in reality, it's the opposite. It's really the opposite. Because if you reprogram your thoughts effectively enough, you'll get your environment to start doing what you want it to do, more than what it's just doing on its own, or with other people turning the knobs and the controls and stuff. So definitely think about what I'm saying, and if this helps you, you know what I'm saying, use it. If it don't, whatever, it's all good. But from experience, I'm talking to you guys, ladies and gents, about this mental warfare. Everybody say it's a spiritual warfare. You call it what you want, but anything spiritual, everything operates right here. People say your soul, your soul, your soul. Where is your soul? It's here. Where else could it be? The soul, the seat of intellect, is in your mind. Like, that's the only spot you can coordinate, cooperate, dictate, affirm, do anything, is from here. So when they take your soul, they got you here. If you sold your soul, basically you done sold the rights to operate your environment the way you want to operate it. Now you're under the control of somebody else's directions and guidance for your life. You ain't gonna never get out of this life with being able to control 100% of anything anyway. But if there's a scale and I can get 75%, that's what I want. Well, I want to stay down here at 5%. Well, I want to stay down here at 5%, getting what I want to happen when I could get 75% or 85 or 90. I mean, I don't know. Most people that I know that I've ever met anywhere in the world want more of something. More food, more water, more security, more whatever it is, want more of something. So you can't tell me that, oh, you're selfish and this. No, no, no. We people, DNA is made that way. That's how we operate. This is how it works. This is exactly how everything works and how everything moves. And so when you know that, you start to easily put together pieces that are actually beneficial for you and yours more than beneficial for somebody else. I mean, it's that easy. It's an easy, difficult thing. But just know that you can attain that level. So the one thing I would caution people is just watch out for the typical, how should I say? Okay, let's use the term, the antichrist. So I don't know if y'all knew, but the word Christ don't mean what most people believe it means. Most people still believe that's the last name of a religious figure. But the word Christ or Christos or oil, if you just use the word Christ in general, go look up the definition, it will point to one person, but then it also has other definitions of, but a Christ figure, a person who has attained some level of higher consciousness becomes a Christ. So anything that's anti-Christ, okay, give you a good example. You are supposed to be a Christ. So if anything is anti-you, then that becomes the anti-Christ. You don't just reserve that term just for one specific figure that they told you would arrive on the scene. See, anything that's anti-you, this trying to delete things from you or deny or be derogatory towards you, this, that, and the other, that's an anti-Christ move. It's a chess game move. So here, they playing chess, not checkers. So you got to know it's a long game being played. You have time, even though you don't think you have time. The whole trick of your enemy would be to make you think you don't have time because something's coming to get you. Something's coming to annihilate everything. First week getting hit with an asteroid gonna destroy the whole planet. So why you worried? Just do your thing because, okay, the planet's gonna be destroyed. I think his name is Neil Tyson DeGreasy or whatever the dude's name is, a scientist dude. Oh, we're gonna get hit by an asteroid and that'll be lights out. Okay, whatever. And, I'm gonna know. And boom, and your lights out. So what? Big deal. What you afraid of? Go live your life until the asteroid hit there. Now, the other people, oh, it's gonna be by war. This time it won't be by water, it'll be by fire. Okay, that's real easy to map out in a book when you got the technology to be able to do that. They got traces of that all over the planet, big old craters where it wasn't no asteroid, some big thing blew up and left a massive crater that they can't explain, but yeah, you can explain it because the tech that they're using now is the tech that they got now, but it ain't necessarily the tech that they would lead you to believe. You would think that couldn't have existed no time but now, and that wouldn't be a true statement because we've been lied to on so many different levels. You've been lied to about how life works. I've been lied to. You've been lied to about how to think. You've been lied to about how to process any and everything to the point to where we're controlled even though we think we're not controlled. The perfect slaves are the ones that don't realize they're slaves. They'll produce more, they'll do more, they'll follow the instructions more because now we told them they're not slaves in chains. And that's white people and black people and green people and orange people. Everybody at some point, every culture, race, and civilization was some kind of slave to another nation who overtook them. So there's nothing new under the sun. But, the best slaves are ones that don't realize that they're a slave. You can control them better. When you know you're a slave, it's a certain push point, you can push somebody to, and then at the end of that, they're gonna break. So this is where you gotta, you wasn't told that you're a slave now. I wasn't told that I'm one now either. Because you get to walk around the streets, you get to get in your car. If you got one, you get to get a car. You get to get a license to operate it. You get to get a birth certificate. Then you got to go show that to prove it's you and to get a ID and this, and that, and the other. And they make you jump through all these hoops. They make you jump through those invisible chains. They got invisible chains on us. But you wasn't taught that in school. So if you was, you'd be one out of a quadrillion people. But you wasn't taught in school that you're at this present time we're in, even if you went to school 30 years ago, 40, 50 years ago, that you're a slave. Some people was told, yeah, your ancestors came from there, but once you was able to walk around the streets, do this and do that, go in your house, use the key, open the door, make you some food with your pot, turn on your electricity, pay your electrical bill, you consider yourself not a slave no more. But this is how outlandish programming can be to the psyche of humans. Like, it's almost like they tell you the truth, the horrible truth in your face, just to disclaim what they're about to do. And then we sit around looking like, oh, well, I already knew about that. Yeah, they said that 30 years ago. Those were disclaimers. So now that stuff 30 years ago they talked about been done happened is already done. Just like I always had this one question, and this will help you with your thinking capability, how to actually open up your critical thinking even more. So for example, say religiously, let's just say this, without stepping on toes. If I step on your toe, you better put a cast on your foot or use the other one. I don't know. Let me reframe that, because I be stepping on toes. I know it. I'm the toe breaker. All right. So religiously speaking, because I got a lot of experience in that area from being 20 years in a certain group of believers, maybe not doers, but believers. What's that, John? Matthew, no, it's John 23 or something like that. Be ye not only a hearer of the word, but a doer. So nobody do nothing. Everybody just hearing and talking. Ain't nobody did nothing. But if you go religiously to, let's say, religiously speaking, you go into your mind and you consider, especially if you're in North America, you consider the Bible, and we consider certain religious names, Jesus, we consider Moses, all these names, all these Joshua, Luke, Matthew, John, all of these names, we assume real idiotically that these are the actual names of people from 2,000, 3,000 years ago. We assumed that English was being spoken back there. But then somebody gonna get slick. You got to know that, so they pushing all these Maybach. I hadn't even seen that car before. What is that? Maserati? They rolling thick over here. Every time I look up, it's a Rolls Royce Phantom or something moving through here. If y'all ever thought Vietnam was like still in wartime in some poor place, nope, not at all. But anyway, so you go back to these names, Joshua, Luke, Mark, John, we assume that those were names, the real names of people in the book. We assume a lot of stuff because people told us that. We was actually programmed almost from birth about these things. Just the symbolism of you seeing a church building on every corner. That right there leads one to actually picture things a certain way in a society. So over here, you don't see that on every corner. They got Catholic churches here and there, but you ain't got no church on every corner over here. So people can't assume that that's the thing that's going on fully over here, because it's not. But if you got all these names in English, this is just one point I'm making. If you got all these names in English, and these names represent critical characters in a story, but they're all English-based names, and then you trace the history or history about England and the Saxons and everybody else akins from over that way, it's real easy to see that that stuff's not even true. They inserted things into the book because if you got the Old Testament, you got names like Melchizedek and this name and that, Jehoshaphat. You got all these other names. Wasn't no letter J either back then. But you got all these other kinds of names. Then you flip the script to this New Testament. Now all the names change to English. Did nobody want to say nothing about that? Did nobody ever ask any questions, like critically think and say, yeah, why his name John? I got an uncle named John. Oh, I know somebody named Matthew too. So how can this be so? So you got to be able to critically think like that. You got to snap out of things because the God spell is a dangerous thing. But people don't realize it, just like you don't realize that the best slaves are ones that don't know that they won. And I'm just speaking from, I'm going to tell you, it's my opinion, my point of view, my retrospect, my this, that, and the other. But, and I'm never trying to get anybody to change from what they doing. If you doing what you doing strong enough, anything I say won't matter no way. You're going to do your thing, just like I do my thing. But I just know that that element stops people dead in their tracks from being able to critically think, because the God spell, you know, they spell it differently, gospel, but it's the God spell is heavily up on people's mindset through programming. So it works for religion, it works for economics, it works for politics. Everything works the same way because it all comes down, it's all boiled down to programming. What you populate in your mind on a regular basis starts to form and shape up your environment and everything around you, your interactions, who you bump into. They call it the law of attraction and all that stuff. Whatever, I mean, whatever name you want to call it, but those things do exist. Those things do exist, and they do attract. The more you think on a thing, this is why some people, like I said, my best example is you want a certain kind of vehicle, motorcycle, bicycle, whatever it is, and you keep thinking on that thing. You just want it so bad. So you feel, you visualize it, you see, hear, smell it, you want that thing. Eventually that thing pop into your life. If you take that same exercise and begin to reprogram your thoughts, right? Reprogram your thoughts with that thing that you're always trying to get that next level up, go up to that next level. You can do the same thing. If you ever get it to work once, that means it worked. You ever get it to work once, that means you can get it to work anytime you want to. It's just up to you to break through all of the barriers that's keeping you from being able to think on those terms. And one of those terms, barriers, is religion. One of those barriers is finances. One of those barriers is not cultural thing, but tradition. So it doesn't mean stop doing everything you're doing. It's up to you though to analyze what you need to start, what you need to stop, so that you can better yourself, so you can actually make yourself go where you need to go. This life very short. Even 100 years here is very short. If you make it to 60, still short. If you make it to 150, short. So the perfect way to keep you running around, chasing your tail, never figuring it out, is sprinkle some religion, sprinkle some politics, sprinkle some traditions, sprinkle some different cultures, do this, do that, do this, do that, right? Have you running in a big circle trying to chase your own tail, never able to catch it. Because right after you learn how to start chasing your tail that way, they changing the laws and changing the movie script, they changing everything up, getting you all emotionally involved in every little maneuver they doing against you, as if they doing it against the world or something. Nah, they actually doing it against us, but they make you think it's against some other group of people. Just because it ain't touched you yet physically. You got to see the signs. And when you see them signs, you know that's what's going on. So I hope this quick live kind of help a few people break out of some things, break into some things, and break some things down. There's a whole lot of breaking we can do. Break through, break up, break down, So I hope it does that and pushes some energy your way, uh, some good energy your way. And then also helps those who interested in next level stuff to actually get on get online for that next level. Because ain't nothing like being here but never really being able to be here the way you want to be here. That's really what I mean. You're not here to occupy space and then go pay taxes and then die. Like they always say, the two things guaranteed in life. Nah, my guarantees I've reframed those. I'm writing my own narrative, getting my environment to do exactly what I needed to do for me, and then I'm living the life I want to live, thriving, instead of doing the survival thing. So that's where I'm at with it. After this live post, I hope y'all drop some comments. Drop some comments on here, hit the like button, do this, do that. Y'all know the routine. Hit the thumbs up. I'm gonna go buy me an umbrella so I can supposed to be walking around here having fun. Look, everybody camped out under the canopy here. I should start charging. I should start charging them. Don't make me sit here and make me some money. You know what I'm saying? But till the next live, y'all, this is always pleasant to speak with y'all. I appreciate everybody's comment. Yep, I have rewinded to near the beginning. Yep, I appreciate all the comments. Yeah. Y'all know what's up. I'm checking out some of the stuff that y'all wrote. And yes, hello, manager. Yeah. So appreciate all of y'all from chiming in. Look like I can't walk and chew bubblegum at the same time because I'm trying to read and respond to each comment. It ain't working out too good for me because of the distraction with the rain and all these people crowding around. But I appreciate all of y'all. Comedy Kickoff, Leonard De Yuda, Cassie Love again, Arika S. Velt, Arisha Mosley, Priest Brooklyn, Spike's mom. Who else on here? Yeah, appreciate Elvis Rodriguez, what's up? Yeah, it's tight over here, man. I love it. There's some difficult stuff though, where you get out of one country and you break through some barriers. You go into another country and they got barriers set up too. So you just gotta, go ahead and navigate appropriately and do what you need to do for your narrative, and then that's that. Ain't nothing else to do but to do it, So, all right, y'all, to the next one. It's been a blast. I'll holler at y'all in a hot second. Cali, Zumba with Tracy. If you were talking to me, I'm in Vietnam. Yeah, appreciate that, Elvis. Y'all hit me in the comments if y'all got any questions about Vietnam. Check out my website. It's in the description. Hit the thumbs up. Keep supporting the channel. I know I don't do too much. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I'm out here living. I'm like taking it all in for real. So I haven't had a whole bunch of time to chat with y'all, but I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and staying subscribing. All right, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here. Peace.